Alright, let's talk about the moment you decide to get fit. You know the one. For me, that moment happened last Tuesday. I decided it was finally time to become a beacon of health, a titan of fitness, or at least look like I was trying. So, with the optimism of someone who hasn't worked out in a year, I rolled out my brand new, very professional-looking yoga mat. I put on my carefully curated motivational playlist, which was mostly just movie soundtracks, and I began to stretch like a seasoned pro. Or so I thought. First up on the agenda, the toe touch. Simple, right? A classic. Everyone can do it. Except, apparently, me. My toes, upon sensing my hand's approach, decided they were in a witness protection program and needed to stay as far away as possible. It was a full-on negotiation. I grunted. I pleaded. I even promised them a fancy pedicure and a strong cup of coffee if they would just meet me halfway. But they were stubborn. It was like they had filed a restraining order against my fingers. So, 0 points for the toe touch. Not to be discouraged, I moved on to the next pose, the majestic downward-facing dog. I'd seen it in movies. It looked graceful, almost poetic. I got into position, feeling the stretch, thinking, okay, this is it. I'm doing it. And that's when my actual dog, Buster, saw his chance for glory. To him, this wasn't yoga. It was an invitation to build a human fort. He darted right under me, tail wagging furiously. But I wobbled, I squealed, and what started as a downward dog quickly devolved into a move I can only describe as downward disaster, ending with me in a tangled heap on the floor and Buster licking my face triumphantly. By the time I reached what I declared to be the final stretch, I was sweating more than I did during my last job interview. I felt like I'd just run a marathon through a jungle. I glanced at my smartwatch, expecting it to be bursting with pride, flashing fireworks and congratulatory messages. Instead, it calmly displayed activity. 3 minutes. Heart rate slightly elevated. 3 minutes. I'd gone through a whole emotional roller coaster in 3 minutes. I just lay there on the mat, staring at the ceiling, completely defeated but also kind of amused. Well, I sighed to the empty room. At least I managed to stretch my expectations. If you've ever had a workout that felt more like a comedy sketch, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like this video if it made you laugh, and subscribe for more adventures in trying to be an adult. Thanks for watching.